looking at this numerical model, we'd like to find an algebraic model that matches it. So you should, for this one, you should actually be able to see what's happening here. But just in general, what we want to do is plot the data that we have and see what it looks like. So in our calculator, we're going to add a list, okay? So add a list or spreadsheet. And I'm going to just go and label my columns as X and Y. Okay? And then down here, we'll go ahead and enter our information. So our X goes from 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And our Y, we go 3, and then 1, and then -1, and then -3, and -5. Okay. Now you can add a quick graph to this, but then you can have to modify it, or we can go and go to graphs, all right? And we want to enter a graph right here. And to do that, we want to do a scatter plot, all right? So we do menu, and then we are going to graph entry /edit, and then come down and add a scatter plot. And then it asks, what should I use as my X and what should I use as my Y? And we labeled our columns as X and Y. So we click X and Y and hit enter, and it shows us a scatter plot of our points. All right, now looking at this, we see that, oh, those points, those all lie on a single line. So this is a linear model, okay? So now we're going to go to our other tab that has our scatter plot in it. And we are going to do a linear regression to get that equation. Now, getting the equation of the line, of course, you can do by hand, or you can use the linear regression. I'm going to go through the regression since that's probably less familiar to you. So you go menu, and then statistics, and then stat calculations, and then we want a linear regression. Okay, I'm going to use this one, mx plus b, because that's the form that most people are comfortable with for the equation of a line. So linear regression. It asks for your X list, and in there we can click the menu and click the X column, and then Y list we click over and click Y, since those were the names that we picked for our columns. Click OK, and it tells you your equation is mx plus b, this is m, and this is b. So our equation of our line is just y equals -2x plus 3. Y equals -2x plus 3. All right, so there's our algebraic model. For the sketch of our model, of course, we know we can sketch the graph of a line. This is a y-intercept of 3 and a slope of -2. Okay. Then find the average rate of change from x equals 0 to x equals 3. So we're looking at this point, x equals 0, to this point, x equals 3. And average rate of change is f of b minus f of a over b minus a. Well, a and b are these points here, 0 and 3. So we're looking at f of 3 minus f of 0 over 3 minus 0. Okay. F of 3 is -3 minus, and then f of 0 is 3. Okay, and then of course 3 minus 0 is 3. Well, this is -6 over 3, which is -2. And you may notice here that the average rate of change that we got happens to be the same thing as the slope of the line. And that, of course, is precisely what average rate of change is. It's simply the slope of the line connecting the 2 points. Well, if your 2 points came from a line anyway, it's of course just going to be the slope of that line.